Hello friends, hope you are well. TechManPat here. Today we're reviewing the Mi Box S. This is the free HDMI cable edition. It's an Android TV. I got Netflix working on it. I got a couple other things sorted on it, and I'm going to talk about it today. This is a $90 Android TV. You can probably get it a little bit cheaper at different resellers, but on the Mi store it is $90. So let's get ready for a quick review of the Mi Box S Android TV. Let's roll the intro. So in the background, I'm going to try and play some bits and pieces on Netflix. Obviously, I can't play a lot of sound because, well, first of all, I don't want to get copyright striked on the YouTube channel. But second of all, it doesn't really matter what the sound is because at the end of the day, the TV is kind of providing the sound, or if you've got a sound box. Now, let's talk about the actual Mi Box. It is an Android TV. So if you've experienced Android before, this is it. This is exactly the same. It is most comparable to a Shield, and I own a Shield, so that's what I'll be comparing it to. Now the Shield costs obviously almost 3 times as much, starting at $249, which is actually the same price as an Apple TV. Now the main difference I would like to say between the Shield and this little box is actually the little bit of navigation speed. Some of it lags out every so often. When you first turn it on, it takes a while to boot up. And the second thing is, that's it. There's no difference between this and the Shield. That is the only thing I have noticed. And in fact, the Shield is a little bit bigger and has its own little fan. This does not. The box is very small and performs really, really well. It has a quad-core CPU, a bunch of RAM. Does it really matter? Probably not, because everything seems to work pretty well. So obviously Netflix is one of the things I tested. We've got Prime Video, YouTube, every single app you can imagine. I'm not going to tell you what apps work or not. It's an Android TV. Mi Box or Xiaomi has really no effect on this, which is great. They're just building the hardware. And if you're kind of afraid of the Chinese spy thing, then don't get this at all. But at the end of the day, for $90, it's not a bad buy. The remote has obviously a on-off button. It also has a button to do the sound, so you can put the sound up and you can put the sound down. I really like that compared to the Shield controller. It has a little thing in the bottom. It's like a touch thing. I don't like that. I think it makes more sense to just have a button. It's hard to navigate the sound, and I really like the fact that you can do it on here. It has a dedicated Netflix button and has a dedicated Prime button, and they work fine, as you can see. So what else can the smart remote do? Well, it's a little bit smarter than most remotes. You can use the Google Assistant through this by tapping the Google Assistant icon. Play TechManPat on YouTube. As per usual, the Google Assistant does pretty much what you ask it to. It is a remote, and it's kind of not too bad at all in recognizing your voice. I did find I have to talk a little bit clearer than if I'm using like a speaker from Google. That's okay, but it only takes normal batteries. It's a little bit thicker than most remotes. So what else can this do? Well, first of all, it is fully 4K, 60 Hertz, and it can do HDR, and it does it pretty darn well. This is an HDR TV. It's also 4K, obviously. It's quantum dot, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter. Not really. But it comes out really nicely. The videos are pretty smooth. The playback is fairly smooth. It does have to ramp up a little bit. The video isn't like smooth straight away. It takes a little while, and there is some lags that are happening when I was watching Netflix. So I watched a couple of episodes of a TV show, and it was HD, and it was 4K or UHD, whatever you want to call it. And I noted that every few minutes it would kind of lag a little bit, but it certainly wasn't my internet, because I've watched that same show or continuation of that show on my Shield, and that wasn't happening. So it's not the perfect playback device. It is obviously a lot smaller, and the thing is, it's not as powerful as most devices, which kind of comes back to the price again. It's only around $90. So what else can it do? Well, it also acts as your own little Chromecast. So you can just cast whatever you want from your phone. It could be either an iPhone or an Android device. You can cast to it, and it looks at it as a Chromecast, which is great. If you want to play multiple musics in different room and you have one of these devices connected up to your TV, it'll play the music or the video, whatever you want it to do. It's basically a Shield at 1/3 of the price. And that's what I'm going to finish off at. This is a Shield at 1/3 of the price. I kind of regret buying a Shield because This device for $90 performs exactly the same way I would use a Shield, because I haven't played any games on the Shield or streamed games to the Shield because it's not that great of a performance. Generally speaking, games over the internet when they're streamed aren't that great. And you can't even play the Nvidia Grid thing, or basically GeForce Now, which used to be called Grid, which is the streaming, the Netflix of games, right? You're going to be streaming games. You can't use it in Australia. So I'm a bit annoyed that I bought the Shield. At $90, you're buying a device that can do all the things a Shield can do, and all the things that a Google TV can do, and all the things that an Apple TV can do, and you're getting it for a very cheap price. I'm very impressed with Xiaomi. At the end of the day, this device does a lot more than a lot more expensive devices do. The menu might lag sometimes. It might have a bit of a hard time picking things. But at the end of the day, once you press play and it's playing, you won't notice it. And the little lag goes away. So if you have a dumb TV or you have a smart TV that needs a bit of a kick up the butt, then this is probably the device for you. I cannot say, I couldn't find anything wrong with it. And you get a free HDMI cable with it. So there's that. It's small, it's 4K, it's HDR, and it's got 60 Hz. It'll work on any TV. It is Android based with no Xiaomi bloatware. It quickly installs and gets set up with your device on your network, and it doesn't run a fan. And while the remote is a little bit thicker and it takes 2 AAA batteries that do not come with the box, which was my biggest disappointment, that's it. This is a great device. I'm shocked. I'm sorry, but I'm not usually easily shocked, but this time around, it's actually a good device. And I've had a few other Android TVs that I have bought off eBay because they were like $50, and they were terrible. Slow, no updates at all. And this time around, because it's based on Android TV and doesn't have a layer on top that is like a Xiaomi layer or a theme, it gets the updates straight from Google. And as long as they get updated, then this gets updated too. Friends, thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you decide if the Mi box is right for you. I would highly recommend it. I'll put the links below where you can get one on Amazon, and if you'd like or have any other questions, put them below in the comments. I do answer them. Make sure to like this video if you did, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching, and catch you all later. Catch you all in another one. Bye!